What's up, squeegee slingers and water-fed pole wiggling wagglers? Welcome back to the Tradman Academy YouTube channel. Yes, it's that time again. I need to change my resin, so I thought I'd show you in today's video how I fill up my DI bottles and what resin I'm using, so stay tuned. So yes, indeed, folks, today's video is about how to get this resin into this DI bottle. Now, where I am in Scotland, the water's quite soft, so I get away with just using a DI bottle to purify my water. If your water is over 100 parts per million, you're probably going to want to use an RO system. So links in the description below to both types of systems to give you an idea of what you might need. But if you're in a soft water area, you will get away with just using a DI bottle. So this particular one is 11 litres. Again, the links to all this stuff will be in the description below, so you can find this nice and easy. Now, I've personally tried many different types of resin over the years. My personal preference is this stuff. I keep coming back to it, which is the Unger resin. This is loose resin, so you can scoop this into here and then you're ready to go. So I've already emptied out the old stuff. You give it a wash out with water just to make sure it's nice and clean and ready to go, and then you fill it with the new resin. So let's open up the bag of resin and start scooping. Now, I find it easier just to get your Stanley blade and cut the bag open like so. There's normally an outer bag and then there's an inner bag, so we'll just let you see that. If I can cut this bag open without slicing my finger off, that would make a good YouTube video now, wouldn't it? How Tradman lost his thumb. All right, there you go. So now you can see there is also an inner bag as well. That's holding your loose resin. So we're going to cut this open at the top as well. And then what you can do is when you're finished is zip tie it closed again, just in case the bag tips over when it's in your garage or your van or whatever. You don't lose all your resin all over the floor. So just either a bit of tape or a zip tie, something like that, when you're finished to look after the rest of your resin. So we're going to cut the top off here. There we are. All right, so we've got our nice light colored looking resin ready to go. Now, what I like to use is this. This is actually a resin scoop. It's designed for doing the specific job. And again, link in the description below to where I found this. Now, when you're filling your DI bottle, bearing in mind that you don't want to completely fill it up, because this section here has to be able to go back inside the DI vessel. Okay, so remember, leave a little bit of space so that you can push this right down to the bottom and the resin goes around this section here. Okay, so we're going to lay that down to one side. Now, underneath the bag of resin and the DI vessel, I've got a plastic rubble sack. Now, the reason is that if there's any resin that's spilt onto the floor, it means it doesn't get contaminated with all the bits and pieces that are in your shed or your garage or your workshop. It lands on a nice clean plastic sheet, so you don't lose any resin. You can just pour that into your DI bottle as well. We don't like waste, do we? So it's literally just take scoops of resin and start filling up your DI bottle. Now, another thing you can get is a funnel, and you just pop it into the funnel and give it a shake, and then eventually it falls through the funnel and down into the bottle. But for me, I find it's a little bit slow, so I just put my hand around the top of it like this, and it just funnels it. It's like the human hand funnel. Nice and easy. So just take a few scoops of that, and we'll fast forward this bit because this is highly entertaining stuff. I'm sure you would agree, but filling up is not the greatest footage in the world. So let's speed up this bit, shall we? Now, whilst you're filling your resin, one way to get the resin to compact and to sit properly in the bottle and make sure you can try and get in as much as you can possible, but still, again, leaving that room for the last piece to go in. But just to give your vessel just a light tap on the floor, and that'll just get the resin inside just to settle down so it actually compacts a bit more. So you can try and get in as much as you possibly can. So a little couple of taps like that, and then continue filling again. Right then folks, so once you've filled up the bottle to round about 3/4 full roughly, because that'll leave enough space to push this part down through the middle of the resin, and then that will push the resin out to the sides and up to the top. So to get it in, sometimes it can be a little bit tricky, but you just have to keep trying to push this in, a push and twist to work your way through the resin to get this receiving piece to go right down to the bottom. So just work your way all the way down, push and twist. Sometimes what helps as well is if you hold the top, get your resin bottle and just give it a bit of a shake, and that will allow the top section to actually fall to the bottom, because the resin will come away from the bottom of the bottle up towards the top, allowing this to actually go down to the bottom of the bottle. So once that is in, make sure your rubber seal is round here, is in the right place, and then just lock that thing down. There we are. Now, one other little tip I'll give you as well is the inlet and the outlet. I've actually put some plumber's white tape on there just to give it a bit of a better seal. So when you screw these parts in, then put a little bit of plumber's white tape on there as well, and I'll just give you a bit of a better seal. Okay, so just make sure that's nice and tight. It doesn't have to be overboard, just nip it up, you know, just a little bit of tightness there, just like that. And that is ready to go. So a way to test your TDS to make sure everything's good. Now this is brand new resin, so it will be absolutely fine, but is get yourself a TDS meter. This measures the parts per million in your water. Again, I'll leave a link in the description below to this specific TDS meter. You can get them on, obviously, window cleaning supplying websites, but you can also get them on Amazon as well, and they tend to be a bit cheaper on Amazon. You can get these on Amazon as well. Or you can again buy these from window cleaning suppliers. So shop around, see where you can get a good price. This is an 11-litre bottle, and you can actually get bigger ones than this. So depending on your needs and how much pure water you need to make, then you can choose the appropriate size of bottle. Or again, as we mentioned before, you can buy an RO system or an RODI. So it uses both. So pick the best system for you depending on the hardness of your water. If you've got any questions, fire them through. I'll be happy to help you out. But that is how to get your resin from said bag into a little vessel like that. Nice and easy with a little scoop. Okay folks, hopefully that has helped you, especially if you're a brand new window cleaner, and hopefully you'll find those links helpful as well. You take care, be good, and remember, keep on squeegee slinging and water-fed pole wiggling waggling. See you in the next video. What's up, squeegee slingers and water-fed pole willy wagglers?